right, September 20th. So we're hiking in to the backcountry. Got the Stone Glacier all loaded up. Got 5 days worth of gear and food and everything I need. And I'm out here with my buddy Nathaniel. And we're backcountrying in. This is our first high buck hunt, so neither of us really have a clue what we're doing. So we have 5 days left of the season. And just got up to the spot we want to hike into, so don't really know what we're getting ourselves into, but that's part of the fun. So hopefully we see some deer on this trip.
Wow, there's a lot of country.
Yep. Yeah, you see it though, right?
Oh yeah.
It's 100% a deer, Nate. Let me pull out my spotting scope. Yeah, no, it's feeding. I'm gonna pull my spotting scope.
Dude, what if it's a switching buck?
If it's a buck, then we drop camp, make a move. Well, he has to be legal. All right. Hey, that's one deer down.
That's crazy, dude. Clearing. It's right at the top of that to the left.
Yeah, I see it. I definitely see it. Oh no, I think it's a doe, dude.
Is it?
I can't tell. Oh no, it's a doe.
Is it?
Yeah. It's the tip of its ears are just white. But wait. Dude, I legit cannot tell. It might be a buck.
Okay, 1 second here.
I think it's a doe though. Okay, yeah, it's a doe. It just turned back. But it's looking down. It's looking down.
0.6 miles away.
Yeah, it's looking down. It might be looking at a deer. Keep an eye on that spot.
Dude, what a spot. Nice job.
Wait, is that a deer below it?
Where? Right.
There's a white dot. Oh no, that might be a rock. We're about maybe an hour, 15 minutes into our hike. And we want to take it slow because we don't want to sweat. And plus we have all day. So we hiked into this little clearing and we can glass across this little valley onto another hillside. And it's, it's not the most open. And I was just glassing in. Sure enough, when you're looking for mule deer, that white rump is the first thing you see. So I saw a white rump and put the spotter on it. I think it's a doe. Nate said what? 0.6 miles?
Yeah.
So a little over half a mile. But if that was a buck,
we'd be making a plan right now.
It'd probably like loop all the way back. Yeah, that's a good sign. First hour in, spotted a deer in a place we've never even hunted or even been before. That's a good sign. Just got a glass, man. This is big country. We got a lot of country to glass still, so we know there's a deer there. We're just gonna stay here and pick it apart a little bit more.
Where was I looking? Hold up.
The one I have is a doe for sure. If you don't see any more, it might have moved. Could have been a deer.
It was definitely a deer because I could see exactly where it was and it's gone. So that rock pile was directly up over the middle of that.
So we've just been slowly hiking in, glassing along the way, but we haven't seen any deer besides that doe and that fawn. So right now we're gonna work our way up to the top of this little ridge right here, and up there's a little flat spot, and that's where we're gonna set up our base camp. And right now we're just working up this dried out creek or runoff right here. So we're gonna gain about 800 feet elevation, set up tent, drop off the vast majority of gear, and then we'll go out and do our evening hunt. That's the progress we are at right now. Alrighty folks, it is 3:45 p.m. Nate and I, we just got to our first camping spot for this trip. Just set up our shelter right here, and here's all our stuff. You guys look here, it's a floorless shelter, so this bottom flap right here, we just took a bunch of rocks and we just, help seal this outer flap right here with a bunch of rocks. That way wind couldn't just seep in the tent and blow away all our heat. Camp is set up, then it's time to go find a mule deer buck. Well, one thing's for sure, we can't hunt basically the top third of the mountain because this is way too steep. If you shoot an animal, there's no way you're gonna recover it, so we're gonna have to stick down lower where there's some small basins and whatnot down there. It's good to know we won't be wasting our time trying to crest these mountains from here on out, so we're gonna head back down to camp. It's really steep up here. Toss a rock down that, it'll be way at the bottom in no time. It's 100% a buck. I'm gonna throw his phone scope on him. He's at least a 2-point. He's a big forky. I don't know if you could see him in there, but
oh yeah.
You see his antlers?
Uh-huh.
It's a buck.
He's a forky.
At least a forky.
At least a forky.
At least a forky.
I think he's a forky.
Yeah.
He's a forky.
Hey, he might have some friends around. Do you know where I'm glassing?
No clue. I'm looking at this spear point rock. I'm trying to figure out where that's at.
He's got to have buddies,
Yeah.
We'll be patient. Alright guys, it's starting to get chilly. Sun's dipped behind us, as you guys can see. And we have a big old mountainside. It's slowly shading up too, but we just spotted the first deer of the evening, and it's a buck. Unfortunately, I think he's only a 2x2, which that is not legal. One side of a buck's antler must have at least 3 points for the deer to be legal here. So we're looking for a 3-point minimum deer. That buck, as far as I can tell through the spotting scope, is not a 3-point. So can't shoot him, but he's like 1.5 miles away. But I am just so happy we saw a buck. Like 1.5 miles away, and in the binoculars he looks like a little speckle. That's why I pulled out the spotting scope to really pick apart that mountainside. But that is awesome progress. This morning we spotted a doe and a fawn. This evening we spotted our first mule deer buck, and it's not over yet. It's getting cold, but hopefully the deer start moving. Yeah, they just came out. I literally just had them. Oh my goodness.
Dude,
bro, we might have found the jackpot group.
Dude.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I knew it. I was like, he's a buck. Why would he be alone? All right, I'm going to throw the phone scope on him. Guys, we saw that 2-point. I was like, it's September. Bucks should still be bachelored up. He kept looking to his top right, and I put the spotting scope up there. There's 3 other bucks with him. We're going to see if there's legal deer in there. Come out.
Oh, dude, it's a big buck.
That left one is a nice buck. But why does he only look like he's a forky? Why does he look like he's a forky? Oh, forky up here too? Bro, is that... Oh. That guy looks like a forky as well. What is that middle guy? I need that guy to step out. This guy's a big 2-point. That's a small 2-point. That's a 3-point.
Is it?
I think he's a 3-point. I think it's just because we can't glass this side. If we were on that side glassing this side, it'd be the same story, but or maybe. Okay, see, that guy looks like forky.
Definitely forky.
That's a 3-point.
Is it?
That's a legal deer. Look. He has a fork on his top right fork.
No, he's a 3-point, dude.
He's a legal deer.
Dude, he's a legal deer. Look at that.
Not a giant.
Not a giant,
but he's legal.
Freaking legal deer. Nice spot.
$4. He's no giant, but he is a legal deer. Oh yeah, he's legal.
Definitely.
He's 100% legal.
Nice spot, dude.
1.5 miles away.
Holy crap.
That is a long spot.
That's a long spot.
It seems like his left side is a bigger 3-point.
Yeah.
He's a 3x3 for sure. Oh, they're gonna spar? Oh, they're gonna spar.
No, they're
gonna spar on camera for us. Oh, let's go. You want to shoot him?
Yes.
I probably won't. I probably won't shoot him.
Dude, look at that.
That's
what?
My heart kind of sank after we saw 2-point after 2-point. Almost had to call that mountainside 2-point ridge, but fortunately for us, the last one to show himself is a 3x3. So that's a legal deer. I think the game plan is to basically make a move on him because, I mean, we found a legal deer, so why would you not make a move on him? When Nate and we came in, we said whoever spots it gets first dibs, but I'm probably going to let Nate take this one if we get a chance. So that's awesome, guys. First day in a brand new spot, new country, just epic.
E-scouting pays off.
Yeah, that's so cool. We're just gonna hunker down in the tent. It's actually pretty cold. It's supposed to get down to like 20 degrees tonight. So we're gonna cook up some dinner, just eat and then go to bed and put a 8-mile loop tomorrow to try and hopefully put Nate on this buck. I don't know. It might take us not tomorrow, but the day after to even be in position to take a shot at this buck. But nonetheless, it's already a win in my book. So time to take off the boots and hunker down in the tent. Once the sun starts peeking over the horizon, it's probably gonna have a pretty gnarly glare in our binoculars and spotting scopes, so it might be a little bit tougher to glass, but we should have a little bit of time before that glare gets really bad. Camera makes it look like it's a lot like brighter out, but it's actually a little darker than what it is. So I'm gonna make some drinks and then get back to the glass. What was your thoughts on day one of sleeping?
Doesn't take much to make you slide. And 20 degrees, if it really was 20, wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
I honestly feel like it wasn't 20.
It probably wasn't.
Unless we were just so like, you know.
But what a camp spot, I mean.
Right? It's gorgeous, huh?
Crazy.
Yeah. There's our tent, and we were sleeping on an incline. Like, we knew it was an incline, but I didn't realize it was that much of an incline. So like this morning when I woke up, half my sleeping pad was sticking outside of the tent. The big one is right to the top left of that small one. They're both right in the wide opening.
Oh yeah, I see those. I'm looking at a different one up in the top.
Yeah, I think you're looking at the other two bucks. Alright guys, I think we relocated that bachelor group from last night because there was a spotting scope. The first one I saw was a 3-point, but where we spotted them today or this morning, they're probably about a mile, I'd say, from where they were last night. And I'm not surprised. I mean, deer, they'll move a mile, no problem. But it's just that they're actually moving towards us, but that would increase our loop route. But they're actually in a much more feasible spot to get in position to shoot. So in the spotting scope right now, the quality is not that good because, again, that sun is rising in front of us, and so now there's that haze or that glare, and so it's really hard to, you know, get super high quality footage of these deer. But we're gonna keep tabs on this group of bucks. We're gonna see where they go bed, and then we're gonna dry out all our stuff and then pack up, bomb out of here, hike 8 miles around, and hopefully we can make something happen tonight. I'll have to review the footage and see if it's the same 3-point or not, because my initial look at him was he was not the same 3-point.
Really?
Yeah. Good news is we were able to successfully bed these bucks, or at least one of them. One of them is in my spotting scope right now. He's bedded right in the opening. His buddies are kind of bedded in the timber, we're assuming. And then we know where they are, so they're way too far for us to get over there within a couple hours. So we're just gonna take our time here. Got all our gear laid out here, just letting it dry out in the sun, and then eat some breakfast. And then once we're done with all that stuff, we're just gonna pack up and then start our trek over there. So that is the mid-morning update. Hopefully later tonight can make something happen. So we were up way at the top of this mountain, dropped all the way down to the creek. The bucks are just right up here, so we're gonna loop around, go back over here because the wind's blowing like this. So we're gonna get the wind right, and then we're gonna climb up about 2,000 feet elevation, and then hike back maybe a quarter mile back on top of the deer, and we're gonna sit there and hopefully the deer come feeding right out under us. So we got a lot of elevation to gain. So come on, let's do this. Hiked over to the same ridge or mountain that those bucks are on, and we actually walked past where we last saw those bucks this morning, but we came over to this little, I don't know, this little draw in a way, and we set up camp we tested the wind, and if we were gonna sneak how we were originally planning, and those bucks are still in that same spot, the wind is gonna blow straight to them, which we're probably gonna bust out that group of bucks. With how the wind is right now, it doesn't make any sense to pursue that group of bucks. So we're now, instead of glassing that left face, we're glassing the right face of this mountainside. And if we see a buck up here, it's anywhere from 300 to 600 yards, but we can easily close the distance. So it's about 2 o'clock. Just get comfortable and just put the glass to work, see if we can see something tonight, or maybe tomorrow morning, maybe something will venture into this spot and we can get a shot tomorrow morning. I don't know, we'll see. It is last light. It's extremely windy, it's pretty cold. And again, as I said earlier, we never pursued that group of bucks that we bedded down this morning. We were glassing on those rocks all afternoon. Basically last light we said forget about it. So we literally got back to the glass right up, and sure enough, here's a nice forky at least. He had a buddy with him, but they went back into the timber. But we're not going to be able to get a shot because, as you guys can see, we're low on light. But they're moving. So I spotted them right up here. They're moving back over here, which is where we want them to be, because the wind is blowing like this. So if they're that way and we go up like this, that means the wind will be blown from the deer to us, which should be ideal. So we're going to go to bed tonight, not make any noise, because these deer are going to be feeding pretty much in our faces tomorrow. They're going to be about, I don't know, 800 yards from camp. So that's a good sign that they're moving back. We took a gamble not to pursue them today in hopes that they would return back this way. And sure enough, I think that same group of bucks is coming back. They popped onto the little clearing. There's a 2x2, a 4x3, and a 3x3. There's 2 legal bucks in this group. I told Nate earlier. He did not believe me. And they are headed exactly where we want them to be. Oh yes. Come on. That's why you play the patience game. It's not over yet. But everything is going according to plan. So good. There's 2 of them. That right one's legal. Is he? He's your 3-point. Don't move. Don't move. They're alert. Yeah, that right one's legal. You're looking to the bottom left. There might be more bugs. Just don't try to move a lot. Be very still. Is that the legal one? Hey, is he the legal? Are you steady? Reload.
I hit him.
I have no idea. I have no idea. He jumped up. He went down into the bushes. I literally have no idea. I couldn't tell, but he definitely reacted like he got hit. Because as soon as you shot, like he jumped. He jumped and he turned towards us and he started running downhill, but the 2-point just went up. Did you reload?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I see the footage?
Yeah. I'm almost certain it's a hit just by the way he reacted. Reload.
I hit him.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you just smacked him. But let's just be patient. There
Dude,
might
my
be other...
gun totally like went off kilter after I shot, so I couldn't follow up at all. Like
You could not have followed up because...
Like I just couldn't see where he went.
Oh no, he reacted way too quick. I think you drilled him. I absolutely think you drilled him. Oh my gosh.
Dude, I'm shaking.
This hunt has been absolutely insane.
If I did get him, this would be like the most, like,
this would be
perfect hunt. Freaking like 12 miles.
We could have. Here's the honest truth. If we would have just spotted him first light and moved in, we would have shot him right there.
Yeah.
But again, we didn't know if there were deer on this
Show him
side.
where we were camping yesterday from
Yeah,
here.
I'll show him. You guys can see the background. We were camped across the canyon over here.
Like,
that's where we glassed him from.
that's where we saw him for the first time.
And we snuck into 200 what? 260?
276.
That was 276.
276.
And I think we got a dead buck.
We'll see.
Oh my god.
I just want to find it, dude.
I think you absolutely drilled him.
So this is that upper meadow.
Mm-hmm.
So I shot him right here.
Yep. In the patch somewhere. What'd I tell you, Nate? Dead buck.
You went 15 yards.
Yeah, he just crashed, dude. He only came this far because he was going downhill. You were doubting your shot, brother. Oh, he's a 4-point. That eye guard.
Oh my god.
Bro, you shot a 5x3.
I don't know if that one counts.
That is definitely a point. Brother.
Dude.
Congratulations, man. You are so lucky he did not tumble down this way.
Yeah.
You would have lost half his antlers.
Oh my gosh, dude. I couldn't have asked for a better place to get a deer at. It's so gorgeous.
That's so cool. Wow.
He didn't go very far.
it did not. No, he just tumbled.
Maybe we can lean him and get photos from back there so it's got all the mountain in the background.
Yeah. You got all day to do.
Is it warm out? Just take a couple layers off here before we take photos. Tagged. I was going with the mentality of more of just have a good, fun 5-day backpacking trip. And if we see some deer, we see some deer. And actually we made some bets on how many deer we'd see. And those bets got blown out of the water after the second day. So, couldn't be happier, dude. I still can't believe how it all went down, you know, for a first year of high country deer hunting. And just like kind of coming in, starting from ground zero, having no clue what we were doing with this type of hunt. Pretty crazy, pretty surreal.
Need help?
I think I'm okay, but I'll take a hand.
One. Oh, easy. Easy peasy. So we are completely out of water and on the way back to the truck. We don't know of any water sources, so we're just kind of making use of any water we find. And while we were packing out, there's a little puddle right here. So I got the Sawyer squeeze water filtration system right there. And then once we filter out all the big debris, we're gonna throw in some aqua tablets to basically kill out all the microbes and little organisms that water filter might not be able to filter out. But that's what we're doing. Got a hefty pack out of here and we don't have any water, so gotta make do with what we have. Folks, we got ourselves a deer camp. Yes, sir. One more time.
The weather's a little bit warm. It's in like the 50s right now, so we'd rather not have the meat sitting out in the rain and in the not cold. So we're gonna hike back out about 4 miles to the truck, drop off the meat, go into town and grab some ice, put it in the cooler, get it all cooled, just take what we need for the overnight and probably not hike back in until tomorrow morning. But we'll see, the rain can make it interesting.
Right, well, it's the day after, and we got all the meat situated, and the sun's high. We're hiking back into that basin that Nate and we camped at 2 nights ago, and also where we shot Nate's buck. So this time we got good friend Steve with us, and we're gonna hike in there and see if we can make a double happen.
How's it going?
You gonna shoot a buck today?
I think we're both gonna shoot a buck today.
He thinks we're both gonna shoot a buck today. I like that thinking.
Hey, you gotta be what is it called? Optimistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word.
So Nate's tagged out, obviously. Steve's got a valid buck tag. I've got a valid buck tag, so who knows? Could pull a triple. See you back at camp. Got a lot of camp chores to do first. You can see him with your naked eye.
Dude, he's nuts.
He's coming for your carcass.
He is.
Yeah, he's coming for your carcass.
100%.
It is like 5 o'clock p.m. and sun is starting to set, so we started, packing up for our evening glassing session. And again, we're basically at camp, and from where we set up camp, we can kind of see the general area where Nate's buck died. And so, we know that crow's been flying all over the carcass. And all of a sudden, Steve's like, bear, big bear. And this bear is just hauling. It's just hauling across this steep hillside, just hauling towards the area where Nate shot his buck. And I'm like, dude, that bear is probably hauling in to go feed on Nate's carcass. And sure enough, I get a glimpse of him. I mean, we lost him for 5 minutes, and I get a glimpse of him like just having the shank of the deer's leg in his mouth, and a crow's pestering him, and he's trying to keep it away from the crows. And that bear is a slob of a bear, probably one of the biggest bears I've ever seen in the wild. But I've got no bear tag. Steve doesn't have a bear tag, and Nate doesn't have a bear tag because we've all shot our first bear of the year already.
And we all thought somebody else had a tag.
Yeah, no joke. Nate and I, we were like, Steve has a bear tag, right?
Yeah. As I was driving up here and thought about buying one, I was like, one of them's got to have one. So.
And Steve shows up. He's like, I don't have a bear tag. And so, crap, we all don't have a bear tag. And there's a big old slob of bear about 600 yards away just going to town on Nate's deer.
I mean, the biggest bear I've seen in the wild. In Washington, anyways.
Where have you seen bigger?
Alaska.
Oh, true.
Doesn't count.
Jeff from PN Wild literally called me yesterday, and he's like, dude, go to town. There's a shop that they sell hunting licenses. Go get your second bear tag. And I thought hard about it. I was going to buy one. And then last minute, I was like, we're not going to see a bear. We've been up there for 3 days. We haven't seen a bear. We hike in today, and big bear. So we're just hiking over to our spot. We're just gonna glass about 50 yards in front of me right here. Coincidentally, we're also headed the same way that bear is headed. So this whole time, every time we look above us, we just see that bear just cruising, paralleling us, just way up above us. But we're gonna stop right here, and that bear just kept going. So that's actually really neat to see. Now we're gonna glass this backside right here. See if we can spot some mule deer. That's a big bear. Very big bear.
Alpine touch from home. Because Mountain House meals are great, but if you can spice them up, they're a lot better. Nothing like a fresh tenderloin. Let's go. Oh yeah. A little bit of grass in there. It's a true backcountry meal.
So we packed out the meat, repacked in the tenderloins, and Steve from home, he brought some seasoning and some butter. So I'm gonna eat some tenderloins along with our dehydrated meals tonight.
All I've got to say, guys, is when your friends text you and they tell you they got a buck down, you better bring in some seasoning and some butter. It's perfect.
All right, while we wait for our dehydrated meals, fresh tenderloin. Oh my goodness.
It melts in your mouth, dude.
I wish we had like 6 tenderloins to go around.
Worked out Steve's tenderloin recipe.
That is so good.
I've learned to love that hint of game taste. I just think really should be referred to as flavor, not gaminess. I'm glad we did this.
Steve, we were still snoozing, and Nate comes in the tent. He's like, dude, I got a buck. And me and Steve, we scramble out. We got 2 forkies, but that big forky looks like one of the ones I spotted on the first evening, and I know that there's a 4x3 in here somewhere, so let's hope that the 4x3 is with this group of forkies right here. The wind this morning is an absolute killer. It is so stinking cold, but after we lost visual of that big 2x2 and that small 2x2, I actually spotted a doe kind of around that same area where those two points disappeared, but then she never gave me enough time to record her and get some footage, so it's been pretty dead for the past like 45 minutes or so. And Nate and Steve actually are hiking back down to that area that we were glassing last evening. And so since Steve has a tag, they're basically one team, and then I'm actually gonna hike up this ridge behind me and just kind of still hunt and, you know, see if I could walk up on a legal buck or two and make it happen that way. So I'm gonna pack up here and then slowly work my way up, and we'll see if we can make something happen. I think it's a buck. Oh yeah, that's a buck for sure. The sun is like directly in my face, which is making it a pain to try to see into the shadows of that mountainside. But as far as I can tell, that's a buck. At least a forky. Might just be a 2x2. It's the final morning for our first ever high country deer hunt, and we're getting ready to just pack up camp. But this morning figured we just give our hunt one last shot to see if a legal buck decided to move into the area overnight, but that didn't happen. So I'm just, trying to soak it all in before we have to pack up and leave. But Steve and Nate are back over there cleaning up stuff. But this trip has been an amazing trip. First ever time up here in the high country, and just so many lessons learned. And the best thing is, the things you learn when you actually come out here and do it are the things that you will never be able to find on the internet. Like, you can't find blogs that teach you what you learn actually being out here. You can't really watch a video that'll teach you everything you can learn out here. But it's just been crazy. The fact that Nate even shot one is already mind-boggling in itself. And the fact that we've seen literally deer every single day we've been out here is just another mind-blowing fact of itself. So that's it. This morning I was able to glass up another 2-point, but it's just another 2-point, so no good on that buck. But sun's peaking, and I might just call it good here and go back to camp and just, enjoy time with good friends and good company, and then clean up, pack up, and then head out of here. But if there's 3 things I can tell you when it comes to what I've learned on this trip, here's 3 things that hopefully will make you a little bit more successful in a high country deer hunt. So the first thing is, during this time of the year, these bucks are still bachelored up. So all these bucks are a group basically. And throughout this entire trip, these bucks have stayed on one single elevation line. We've never seen them lower. We've never seen them higher. They've always just side hilled in one particular elevation. I think it's like 100-foot elevation difference that these bucks are just constantly cruising through. The second thing is bucks are spotted much higher than the does. We've seen the bucks up high on the mountain, but all the does we've seen are much, much lower in elevation. So those are the first two things. The third thing is, even though there's a lot of glassing areas, there's a lot of certain hillsides that you can glass into. It's not just any hillside that you're gonna see deer. You wanna glass the hillsides that have grass. Because here, there's a lot of mountainsides and hillsides and ridges that are full of grass. And there's also a bunch of those that are filled with huckleberry bushes. And where it's filled with huckleberry bushes, we've seen a lot of bear scat, but no deer sign at all. But once you move off of the huckleberry patches and onto the grass hillsides and ridges and mountainsides, that's where you see all the deer tracks, all their deer sign, and the deer itself. So those three things right there are something that we had to come in and learn ourselves, and it paid off, because every single time we were glassing those areas and looking in those areas, we found a deer or two. So that's it. Now it's back to camp and clean up.